The Chat Desk with Peter Muema.
And welcome to yet another premiere edition of The Chat Desk. Don't forget that The Chat Desk is a show that comes to you every Thursday here on Light TV, the country's leading brand. And thanks and courtesies to you, our viewers, for always making number one. And of course, in my today's show, I have one of the biggest brilliant minds in our country, rather. And you know, when the Quench Foundation in Kenya shows up, the show is gonna be amazing. So I want to introduce my guest with no particular order. From my far left is Michael Njoroge, the Chief Executive Officer, Quench Foundation Kenya. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for making time to be with us. And of course, on my center is none other than Nyambura. She is the Director of Planning, Quench Foundation Kenya. As you can see, she is organized up to the task. Thank you so much for making time to be with us. And on my immediate left is none other than one of the most brilliant mindsets. I'm talking about Hellen Nadi, the Director of Public Relations, the person obligated to make sure that the Quench Foundation brand sells out. And of course, gentlemen, karibuni sana. Thank you so much for making time to be on this program. And of course, I want us, because you have a lot of grounds to cover and time really is far gone, I want us to, first of all, history is very important. I'm going to start with you, Mike. Maybe you give us a brief history of where is the starting point of Quench Foundation Kenya.
Okay, Quench Foundation Kenya, yes. First and foremost, thank you for having us. It's really a pleasure to be here.
Yes.
Quench Foundation came about whereby we came together, sat down, and we wanted to do something just to give back to the society. Because we've been friends before, so we decided for us to do this, we can come together and at least put our synergy together so that we can do something for the community, for the East African region. So we decided, because we had seen a few gaps here and there in our country, we decided to find a way to quench these particular needs. And that's how the Quench analogy came about. And that's why we decided to form Quench Foundation Kenya.
Right.
And we thank God from there, we are here.
You can see the members are quite branded, courtesy of PR. And of course, before I bring in Christine into the conversation, there are so many organizations which are formed, but one will ask, Quench Foundation Kenya, is it based on charity? Is it based on giving out to the society, or is it based on one particular channel? Briefly, what entails Quench Foundation Kenya?
Yes, that's a very good question. Quench Foundation Kenya came in to bring mentorship, but pegging mentorship with charity. So our main objective is mentorship, but in order to do that, we use charity as a platform because we believe mentorship completes charity.
All right.
Yeah.
So in other words, it's more of a charity, but mentorship has the bigger percentage in it.
Yeah. The analogy is, if we are going to tell you this is what we've achieved, we want to show you how you can achieve the same. All right,
brilliant. And now, Christine, I want to bring you into the conversation as the person who is entitled to ensure that we have activities running on. So maybe what do we expect in terms of activities in Quench Foundation Kenya?
Okay, thank you very much for the question.
All right.
Well, we are planning for a couple of activities to begin with.
Yes.
Seeing that we are still a very young foundation, but with a very big dream.
Yes.
We are making baby steps, and that way we know that, you know, step by step.
Steps are steps.
Clearly.
They say
so
that.
yes,
Yes.
that is. It is like our, you know, back behind the scenes motto, you
Yes.
know, because it is through these baby steps that we are going to make in the activities that we are going to do, that
Yes.
we are going to get to cover the bigger picture. Or into activities, we are already scheduled to have activities this month.
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes.
We have been planning here and there, talking to a few people, and we are almost there. So I can assure you
Yes.
that by the end of this month,
Yes.
Quench Foundation Kenya will have its first project.
Yeah.
Yes.
And of course, I'm tend to believe, and because I'm the one of the planning committee of the Quench Foundation, rather people ensuring that we have the projects. The first project is going to be a charity. And to you, what does charity mean to you as a person who maybe probably has a background?
Well, charity for me means a lot, so much, because I say that I am a fruit, or rather I'm a product of charity. And I know what it feels when you are the person on the other end of the, of the river. When somebody is offering you the assistance, throwing over the rope and asking you, hold up here and cross over to this other side.
Yes.
So for me, it is heavy in my heart, because I understand what it feels to be on the other end. And now that I have the opportunity to actually be the person to hold somebody's hand and pull them to my side, where I feel like, okay, my side is not that it's way better, but it's a place where you can step on and feel comfortable. And once you're on the block that I'm in, we can walk together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Now finally, Hellen, as the person who is tasked to ensure that Quench Foundation Kenya is known to the world, I find this a very critical, imperative docket in an organization, for that matter, to ensure that really the name sells positive out there. What are some of the plans you wish to implement as the person entitled to that task?
Thank you.
Yes.
First of all, as you can see, we have branded.
I'm sure that was the
Yes.
first point you really have to
of
make.
course.
But we must say that really you are all
We look
looking
amazing.
stunning.
Yes,
I
of
mean,
course.
you can see, and we have a variety of colors.
Yes, if you like a white one, you can do like you see our founder. He's the unique one, just showing off. Yeah. The
Yes,
rest of
say
us
that.
is the blue. Yes.
All right.
So one of the initiatives we have is this shirts that are going for 1,000 bob if anyone would like to buy. Then we also have brand ambassadors who are creating awareness to people about Quench Foundation Kenya. As well as we would like to incorporate influencers, people who are known, so that you can share it across your social media, or if you just like, if you have family, friends, people who like to mentor people as well, they can be able to join Quench Foundation. So I think those are just basically the startup strategies that we have: ambassadors, t-shirts, and bringing influencers on board. Currently, I think that's just what's happening on the ground right now. But as we grow, we'll continue to have more bigger platforms to be able to reach across to a lot of people.
And I'm sure you're also incorporating social media, because you can't do entirely on social media nowadays. Huh?
Yeah, like you can take a picture, post it on your Instagram, tag Quench Foundation on Instagram, Facebook, and people would inquire. As we were walking actually with Christine here, a lot of people were asking us, what is Quench Foundation? We would like to,
So that one is attention already.
Exactly, because of just the t-shirts and how good they look. So I think those are just baby steps that we are currently using.
I want us to get to the real issues, because I was curious enough to go through the objectives. And there's one very key particular one, and I want to jump in, Mr. CEO, to give an upper hand on this. Support and sponsor upcoming talents. How is that one possible? Because one may say maybe lack of funds, maybe it's a challenge. How do you intend to maneuver through supporting and sponsoring young talents?
Okay, thank you. First, Quench Foundation, we believe that there is no greater mentorship than what the Word of God says about you. And we also believe in the words of Proverbs 23 verses 7, that as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is.
Yes.
So first and foremost, we want to people who believe in what they've been given. If you can draw, if you can sing, so many other talents. So what we are doing is just creating a platform. If you can sing, we connect you to a person who can help you. If the challenge is financial, we can also come in and help where we can. And we're also working with so many people who can also help you. So the question is, which talent are we really looking at? Because the talent determines the kind of help we are going to give.
All right.
Yeah.
So in essence, you are saying you're going to connect to, if a person is a singer, you connect that person to a person who is very relevant to that field. then he sees what the day has for him or her.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Yes.
But we can also help.
Yeah.
First and foremost by working with this person. If this is what you've been able to achieve, we can show you how you can achieve better. Show you strategies of marketing, because if you look at the other objective is to educate,
yes,
or maybe inform the young generation about how they can use technology for
yes,
their own benefit.
Yes.
So generally they work hand in hand together. So we are going to work with these people, connect those who we can connect to other people, we'll connect them. Those whom we can chip in and give them financial support,
right,
we'll do that, and also giving them a platform.
Just a quick overview of the state of youth in our country. Time and over again, people cry of unemployment, you know. So don't you think you have quite a larger crowd to focus on? Because every other day we are hearing this is unemployed, some are graduates, some don't have employment. How do you mitigate some of this harm as you ensure that you implement your objective?
Yes, in the words of Mahanta Magathi,
yes,
whatever the mind
one of my favorite actually
can conceive and believe it can achieve.
All right.
So what we are doing currently, we are just laying the foundation. But I can tell you, we have so many packages for these people.
Yes.
Like just to state, we have the Quench Circle,
yes,
whereby members can come in, save the little you have, and then we can maybe give you a loan later.
Mm-hmm.
This just to help them to bring their resources together so that they can, at the end, pull something bigger,
yes,
with our help.
All right. Brilliant, brilliant. And of course, Christina, one of the other key objectives that I think is very central to you is support the government and other institutions in the fight against radicalization. This is something that has instilled its roots in our country. Is it a major challenge, or what are the plans?
Well, thank you for bringing that up.
Yes.
We are trying to look at our target audience to begin with,
yes,
is the youth.
Yeah.
We understand that youths are the ones who are easily radicalized.
Of course.
And this comes when they are idle. You see, when somebody doesn't have something to do, and I come offer you, for example, I am here, Christine as I am, yes, find you're idle, and I'm like, yo, can I offer you a job?
Yes.
You know, that is the one thing that you will run to, because I'll assure you of a pay.
Yes.
It is exactly the same thing for the youth. We are the ones who are being misused by the society and by people who just want to, you know, to benefit themselves in the negative way.
Mm-hmm.
So our main aim is to get the youth, get them involved in something positive, something that will help them even make more money for themselves to begin with, you know. Because if we, for example, in the near future,
yes,
we are looking at setting up, say, talent schools, because in the objectives we have the place of talents,
yes,
and all that.
Yeah.
So we're looking at, if for example we open up a talent school, this is a place we will incorporate so many people. If you think you are a singer, or you feel like you are a singer, this is the place you can go to. You will spend your time creatively.
Yes.
You see?
All
So
right.
that way we will try to make you busy and make you make more money than just staying idle and letting other people influence you by telling you, you know what, you can do this, and you know, like the bad things in the society. I want to mention.
That's a story for another day.
Yes, and just to add something.
Yes.
We want to come in and tell these young people that
yes,
there is more to life than
yes,
just the hedonic needs of pleasure.
Yes.
So we want to empower them and show them there is a lot of things they can do.
All right.
Because once you show the mind of a person,
yes,
this is what you can do, this is what you can achieve.
Yes.
It's not necessarily that you have just to stay idle. Then this person will be empowered, and this person will have a hope and a future, something to look out for.
All right.
And thus they won't be easily radicalized.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hellen Nadi, the PR. One of the other objectives is spreading awareness on mental health. That is a tsunami in our country. People are dying because of mental health. What's up?
I think mental health is something that we all face.
Yes.
It just depends now on the magnitude that people face. Because every day we have stress, people are going through depression because of surroundings and things like that. So when you want to create awareness, you want to tell people, okay, people know that it's there, but people don't really talk about it as much. You know? You might be going through something, but you're wanting now.
Or that, because my director is telling me we go for a short break, but don't forget that you can always form part of this conversation through our interaction avenues. That is Twitter. You can use the hashtag ChatDesk. And of course, we'll be back in a short while. Don't go too far because we have plenty much to cover ahead. Don't go too far. This is the Chat Desk.
The Chat Desk with Peter Muema. The Quench Foundation Kenya is a mentorship and charity organization attached solely to the Word of God with an aim to impact generations for a better world. To empower the youth, instill values of integrity, passion, independence, and excellence. The Quench Foundation mothers two branches: the Quench Circle, to quench the generations financially, and the Quench Media, to quench the generation's talent. The organization's main objectives are charity and mentorship, all included in to mentor and provide guidance to youths, support and sponsor upcoming talents, peace mediation and promotion of peaceful coexistence among the people, to conduct study on various social issues from time to time, gather data and carry out research, support the government and other institutions in the fight against radicalization, to preserve and protect the environment and propagate the significance of sustainable development for maintaining ecological balance, support the less fortunate through charity, to train young people on available opportunities and how they can use technology for their benefit, spreading awareness on mental health. You can find the Quench Foundation Kenya on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Quench Foundation KE.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember to click on the like button, subscribe to our channel, and you're gonna get super duper content. This is Quench, right?
Yes! Of course it's Quench!
Yeah!
No, this is what we are talking about.
Quench
the Quench Foundation Kenya.
Yeah!
To join the Quench Foundation Kenya, you only need to buy a t-shirt branded with the logo at 1,000 Kenyan shillings only. For more details, contact the Public Relations Manager, Hellen Nadi, at 0714 408 756. The Quench Foundation Kenya, impacting generations. The Chat Desk with Peter Muema.
And welcome back to the Chat Desk. What a conversation we are having here. Don't forget that you can always form part of this conversation through our interaction avenues. That is Light TV, and of course my personal account, that is Peter Muema. The hashtag to use is the Chat Desk, and of course tweets coming in and thick and fast. I'm going to be sampling some of them, but I want us to come back to the conversation we are having here with my panel. Before we went for the break, we were talking about the issue of mental health, something that has instilled in our country, something that is a menace, actually, for that matter, for lack of a better word. And you're giving your opinions, please. I don't want you to feel like you're disenfranchised. It's your right to talk. Anyway, just continue. Yeah, about mental health.
Yes, thank you. As I was saying earlier, we all face mental health. It just depends on the magnitude at which we face them at. So I think through Quench Foundation, we'll not just give people a platform to be able to speak about it, but we want to empower them so that you can be able to self-care. You can be able to take care of yourself. When you're going through depression, you'll be able to know that if this happens, I'll be able to do this and this. So not just relying on solely waiting for someone to come and help you.
Right.
Sometimes you'll be on your own, you don't really have someone there.
Okay.
So what are you going to do? So we want to empower you and show you that you can do this. I mean, sometimes some things are just in your mind. As well as be able to link up people. For example, if you're going through mental health, we will be able to help you with a psychologist, a psychiatrist, someone you can talk to, someone who can help you. Because there's only so much we can do. but sometimes in some cases need professional help. You know, so after you've done your self-care, you're like, no, I can't. You've talked to Quench, and you're like, I can't. Then we lead you else to a professional who will be able to help.
Personal will take care of you.
Yes.
All right, Christine.
Yes.
Mental health, a big problem. How about it?
Well, my colleague has tried to paint a picture of what exactly we are looking up to do, because like we mentioned earlier on, we are all about mentorship, and we want to help people understand that you don't really need help from somebody else. You know, sometimes the help that you need is actually in your hands. Yeah. So once you have the information that you can do something for yourself first, that will help you. You know, it will save you a great deal, because you don't need to depend on somebody else to take you through what are they called, these classes with a psychologist.
Yes,
you know,
deal with mental health.
Exactly. So we want to talk to the people who we are reaching out to, the youth in particular. We are going through so much, and we want to be the friends, you know, friends to the youth, where we feel like, you know what, you can talk to us.
Yes.
Reach out to us. And if your case is way beyond what we can help you with, we will help you link up with somebody who is a professional. So we are going to be that staircase between you and the professional, because these mental checkups sometimes are very costly, and we want to incorporate people who are, you know, like professionals like we are. So once we have professionals who can help our target audience, it is better for us, because we benefit, they benefit too.
Yes.
And everybody goes home happy.
All right.
Yeah.
So you provide that platform.
Yeah.
All right. Then mental health. For me, I am asked, by the way, it's such a big trouble to our environment, because mind, or rather brain, it is the center of your functioning. If it goes wrong, it's like you are you are non-functional, for lack of a better word again. So how do you deal with mental health in our country?
First and foremost, we must agree as a nation that we have a problem.
Yeah, sure.
And after we agree as a nation that we have a problem, and as Steve said, we must, and it starts from there, first accepting that we have a problem with mental health, including depression and all other factors involved. Then we want to encourage, more specifically the young people, because those are the ones we can reach to easily. So we want to encourage them. If you feel like you have symptoms which amount to issues of mental health, seek help, reach out to someone, and then from there, because if people don't come out, it might be a problem also to give them help.
Yes.
So after a nation, as a nation, let's invest in facilities which will help these people. We as the people, as young people, if you have symptoms of mental health, come out, seek help before it's too late.
I want us to switch gears and focus on another. When I posted this issue that I'm hosting you today, there were very people who were concerned. These are young people who are coming together. And you know, I don't want us to masquerade and assume that things are very normal in the society. Most of the young people are indulging themselves in a very, different, weird, bizarre, strange things that are happening. So one will ask, is this really what you want to do, guys? What in other words, probably, what motivated Quench Foundation founders to start the foundation?
Thank you. I think I can go first.
Yes, please do.
In the words of Winston Churchill, that we make a life by what we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. So what we want to do is not only to empower ourselves, because God has blessed us. We believe we can at least help some people, and some people can help us. It's not that we are perfect, that we cannot receive help in any way or the other. We also need mentorship, and that's why we have mentors. And because we've been mentored, we want also to mentor some other people. And that's why we decided to come together to empower young people, because as I said, there are so many gaps that we identify.
Yeah.
And that's why we want to come in and speak to the young people, because the nation we want to see in some years, 20 years to come, we want to see a good nation, a united nation, a peaceful nation, a nation which understands the value structure, a nation which, as I said, everything we do is pegged on the word of God.
Yeah.
A nation which fears and are doers of the word of God, because that's where we want to go as a nation. And we believe if we do not remember the former US President Barack Obama said that we are the change we've been waiting for.
Yes.
And so we decided not to wait again and act on it. And they've said that step by step, steps are step.
Yeah.
So let's take our step. Other people will come and take another step, and together we'll change this nation in one way or the other.
Christine, motivation.
Yeah, I'd like to say this, that
Yes.
there is no person who is poor to give,
Yeah.
and there's no person who is too rich to receive.
All right.
So we as Quench,
Yes.
young as we are,
Yes.
we might not have too much, you know, but the little that we have, we are so willing to share it with any person who lands in our hands, you know. And in the same way, from them, we are able to learn, you know. For us, it is a learning process, because we are born to meet very many different people with different kind of needs.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like we already know this is what we are going to face out there. No, we are ready for whatever comes our way, and through the help of God, we are ready to change, to make a difference, you know. Because we are young people, we feel like we can influence, we have the power, we're so energetic, and whatever is burning from within is too high, you know. So I feel like we are just the right people, and the motivation comes from within. That's the beautiful thing about everything.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Then motivation factor.
Yes.
Yes.
I think they've just summed it up so beautifully. I'm like, oh my goodness.
What are you gonna say?
Yes. But one thing I can say is that the first thing you're told in business school or when you're doing business is always find a gap.
Yes.
Or even in communication, you're told find your niche, find something that is unique. So I think for Quench Foundation, it's not that we found a gap, but we saw there's a need, and we want to fill that need. Because when we leave this earth, we're going to leave everything behind. So the one thing you'd like to leave is a legacy. You know, a legacy is not something that people tend to think that when you leave a legacy, it's something so huge that you'll be on billboards, you'll be you'll be everywhere. But I think for me, leaving a legacy is having that someone that will always say, if it was not for you, you know, you did something in me, you changed me in a way that I did not even know was possible, you know. Impacting someone that they'll always remember you. Wherever they go, they'll be like, wow, thank you, Peter. You know, whatever you did, it really changed my life. So for me, I think that was a motivating factor. Wanting to leave a legacy in someone's life, you know. Sometimes you're not going to be on billboards, you're not going to be everywhere. But knowing at least you changed someone's life, you made someone's life beautiful, you know, you just put a smile on someone's face. I think for me that was definitely a motivating factor.
All right, that is
to sum it up.
all right.
We and the others.
Yes.
We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us.
Amen. You must say an amen to that. And
Amen.
of course, I feel like jumping in because I'm also part of the team. I think we have a gap in our society. We don't have the safe spaces. We don't have people to talk to really. And as a young person who is living in a trying moment, a lot of things are happening left, right, and center. And up to the point that you feel like, I don't know what to do, how to do it, where to do it. It's like the 5 W's and H. You don't know where, when, what, and how to do it. So I think we need to really focus on how to make these people have that tranquil environment for them to thrive, for them to achieve their future well. And of course now, next children home. I think that is the first project. I remember very candidly when we went there, those children were very, very happy. And really, those children need us, for sure, and for a fact, ladies and gentlemen. So I realized that the age is between, some of them, of course, are very young, but there's a lot which needs mentorship. So how about it?
First and foremost, there are so many ways of doing mentorship.
Yes.
And well, talking to people is just one platform of doing it.
Yeah.
But when we are going to the nest, the children's home,
yes,
we want to do so many other things, and we are also bringing in charity. We are going to give them food stuff and so many other
donations.
things. But something which we also hold dear is mentoring these people and showing them that there is more to life than what you've been able to see. Because we've seen that for you to be able to dream, you must believe in yourself more
yes.
than what beyond what you know and understand. So what we want to do from the young people, from these young children, we can give them children books, the things they can be reading, and from that tender age they can start learning about God.
Yes.
The ones who can be able maybe to read, we can give them books, Bibles, and so many other things, and now from that we can now start talking to them. But at the end of the day, we want them to know God, and we want them to know that the plan that God has for their lives, it's an amazing plan, and they should hold on to that, because their future is very, very bright.
Yeah, you are, in other words, you are giving them hope. You are telling them that is not their lifestyle entirely. There's a bright future. And I think I will wrap it at there, but I want us to focus on what the viewers have to say on our interaction avenues. That is Twitter at the hashtag is the chat desk. Somebody else, Simon Bukwa says, do you focus on children only, or you can also bring in people who are sort of aged, or people who are maybe, let's say for example, age between 25 to of course, you know, sometimes the age of our youth sometimes is revisited. What like if you're 25, they are seen like I'm an adult. So to which age limit do you focus on? Anyone can jump in anyway.
Take that.
Yeah.
Well, I think in our objectives,
yes,
our major target is the youth. Yeah. But you mentioned that it's the youth can be relative, you know. But here we are looking at school-going people. Could be from primary school and secondary school,
yeah,
and also at the university level,
yes,
you know,
yes,
because that is the audience that we can easily access to, right? So in terms of what Simon has said, it depends. It's all dependent, because if we find you in an institution and you are, say you are 25, you know, which is highly doubted, you know, because our major audience,
yes,
or rather the places we are first going to are these children's homes, you know, like places where we can find people who are constantly there, for example,
yes,
you know, between a certain age. So those are first our major targets. So somebody like him, with him he can approach us directly,
yes,
through our social media platforms.
Yes.
That way, once he reaches out to us, we can get to him directly, and we can always come up with something that can help him.
Ken Owino says, great job, ladies and gentlemen, for what you are doing. But how can one join the Quench Foundation Kenya? I'm going to have anyone respond to that. And of course, another one by Jen says, watching from Nairobi all the way. Thank you so much for the program. A good education on the state of the young people. People need encouragement.
I'll just jump in. If you'd like to join Quench Foundation, you can purchase a t-shirt,
yes,
which is at 1,000 bob. Then you can get to fill out a link that is sent to you. It's a sign up.
Yes.
And then there you can be able to say if you'd like to join. You send your number, then we can add you to the group, and then you can specify what area you'd like to help in, if it's mentoring, if you'd like to be a donor, and things like that.
Another one here, Charles Okera asks, do you really focus on, are you sensitive on gender issues? Because there are a platform which put weight on the girl child and forget the boy child. But by the way, I feel this gentleman, because there are a lot of conversation of girl child empowerment, left, right, and center, but the boy child is neglected. I want to give that privilege to only the boy to respond to that.
That's a good question.
Yes.
And it's actually something that we've been able to sit and discuss. because it's an issue in our country.
Yes.
So what I can say is, we don't want to say that we are going to empower the boy child, because what we are doing,
yes,
as you can see, we want to empower the boy child and the girl child, both at the same level, because we want to also prepare the boy child for the empowered girl child. It's that simple. If you want an empowered nation, you can't say that we want to empower only the girl child.
Yes.
We must give them equal opportunities, equal mentorship, and equal empowerment. And with that, 50 years to come, we won't now start having another challenge of empowered women and boy child, Sui child, not even Safaricom boys, as they call them.
Yes.
So it's both.
Yes.
We are not concentrating on a particular gender. We are empowering the young people.
All of them.
Yeah.
I want us to go. All right, go on.
I think this is a point where we should tell our viewers you're part of us. You know?
Yes.
And clearly we have tried to balance the gender right from the start, like from the top ranking, you know, coming down all the way, to mean that we are not going to disadvantage any side whatsoever.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a lot of concerns about, anyway, it's a valid concerns anyway, but there's a person who has used our hashtag, and she's talking about Kibra today, because I know this is not a political show, but I want to know interest of what do you think will do it in Kibra, because it is a controversial, really. I didn't want us to focus on her, but it's a gentleman who has tweeted using our hashtag about give us update on Kibra. Anyone following the event? And
I can say generally.
And of course,
before
I'm sorry to cut you short. This is why I think he has tweeted is because one of the key objectives is peace and mediation, right? So, you know, violence is very prevalent, especially after election, and the elections are out, and they are not in favor of some people. So, I don't know your choice and the way forward.
We are not going to give our choice.
Yes.
But what I can say and what I can tell the young people out there is, let's go beyond parties.
Yes.
Let's go beyond personalities. Let's go beyond the tribe which we subscribe to. Let's go beyond the stereotypes which you've had. Let's listen to what a person has to offer. Let's listen to what a person wants to do. Let's listen to and observe the leadership qualities that a person holds. Let us not be told that this is the best because he or she comes from this party or tribe, but let's interrogate someone with a keen interest.
Okay.
Because if we can change it from our minds to the ballot, I believe it would be an easy way to change our nation.
Okay.
And one day, if one of us or if one of you wants to vie, and we've changed the nation now starting with us, it will be easy. On the part of peace mediation, I know that the people of Kibra love peace, and I know that they are going to uphold peace in everything they do. And bottom line, love one another.
Okay.
Elections or a by-election comes and goes, but tomorrow you need that person to be your tenant. You need that person to buy something from you. So life must continue.
Definitely. I didn't want us to turn this to a political show. On that note, we take a short break here on the Chadex. Don't go too far because you have plenty more ahead as we focus on the future of Quench Foundation. Continue using the hashtag the Chadex. Continue tweeting. We're gonna be sampling some of your feedback in a short while.
The Chat Desk with Peter Muema. The Quench Foundation Kenya is a mentorship and charity organization attached solely to the Word of God with an aim to impact generations for a better world. To empower the youth, instill values of integrity, passion, independence, and excellence. The Quench Foundation mothers two branches: the Quench Circle to quench the generations financially, and the Quench Media to quench the generation's talent. The organization's main objectives are charity and mentorship, all included in to mentor and provide guidance to youths, support and sponsor upcoming talents, peace mediation and promotion of peaceful coexistence among the people, to conduct study on various social issues from time to time, gather data and carry out research, support the government and other institutions in the fight against radicalization, to preserve and protect the environment and propagate the significance of sustainable development for maintaining ecological balance, support the less fortunate through charity, to train young people on available opportunities and how they can use technology for their benefit, spreading awareness on mental health. You can find the Quench Foundation Kenya on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at Quench Foundation KE.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember to click on the like button, subscribe to our channel, and you're gonna get super duper content. This is Quench, right?
Yes, of course it's Quench.
Yeah.
No, this is what we are talking about.
Quench
The Quench Foundation Kenya.
Yeah.
To join the Quench Foundation Kenya, you only need to buy a t-shirt branded with the logo at 1,000 Kenyan shillings only. For more details, contact the Public Relations Manager, Hellen Nadi, at 0714 408 756. The Quench Foundation Kenya, impacting generations. The Chat Desk with Peter Muema.
And welcome back to the Chat Desk. I'm telling you what a conversation we are having here on Light TV, and of course, don't forget that you can always form part of our conversation. What a show we're having, the Chat Desk, the Quench Foundation Kenya in the building, and of course, I can sample some of your some people are saying you are looking brilliant in those two t-shirts, and as you have heard, the t-shirt is only going for 1,000 shillings. Then you become part of the Quench Foundation Kenya. Now, I want us to focus on what to expect in 5 years' time, because there are a lot of foundations, some of which have started and some which have not, been able to achieve what they wanted. What do we expect in 5 years' time? Yes.
Okay, thank you. I think for Quench Foundation, one of the major things is that we'd like to pass the mantle to someone else, because we don't just want us to be mentoring. We want to pass it on to someone else, and you pass it on to someone else. We want to create that chain, of impacting people's lives, changing people's lives. You can change your friend, your family, just anyone that you come across. We want people to have that heart of being able to help someone and change someone's life, as well as going international. I mean, we want Quench Foundation to be all around the world, through East Africa. I mean, the whole world if possible. Okay. We want at least to have branches somewhere in the world, that people will be able, if it's like in Vietnam, if it's in India, things like that. We want it to be something awesome, and as well as have institutions, probably we can have Quench Children's Home, something like that would be super amazing. Because I think I feel like Quench is like a baby to us, because it's something that
very central.
Yes, it's something that is just amazing, and I'm actually super privileged to be part of this. So I think for me, I'd want to see Quench just, even when I'm retiring, passing on this my director to someone else. At least I'll leave knowing that I did my part for those years that I was in Quench. At least I did something.
All right, you are parting short. Your camera 2 is that one. Then you are parting short.
My parting short. Wow.
Yes.
I think what I would just like to tell everyone is that we all have that opportunity or that chance to be able to change someone's life.
Yes.
Because we think that when it comes to charity, you have to do something major, something big. But no, small things always make a difference, because we miss the little things trying to chase the highlights or the big things in life. So the little that you can do will actually impact or change someone's life. So whatever you have, whatever you can do, always just use it. You don't have to be a great man or a great woman. Just whatever you have, be able to share it with someone else, and you'll always make a difference.
All right, Christine.
Yeah.
Future.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So, as director for planning,
Yes.
trust me, we know that the future is pregnant.
Yes.
And by this I mean that we are looking forward to doing so many activities, reaching out to so many people. My colleague here she has painted the bigger picture of going international. But before then, we as Quench, we would like to at least get to every county. We first dominate locally,
yes,
so that when we are expanding our wings, you
yes,
know, we will get to fly to greater heights. You
yes,
know, once we get, for example, we find institutions or we get collaborations and endorsements locally. You know, like here in our county, we have 47 counties. So tell me if we have 47 groups of people, you know,
amazing,
doing things in all the counties. That would be so brilliant, right?
Yeah.
So we are seeing ourselves in 5 years' time. We are going to have spread out to as many counties as we can and as God can help us to do that,
okay,
you know. And then now go to the extent of going East Africa, going international. And with the help of God, we know that God sees our hearts, and it is Him who will make this dream come to pass.
Yeah, and indeed He sees. So director, this is camera 3. So your camera 3 is that one. Give your parting shot.
Well, this is what I have to say, that change begins with me and it begins with you. You don't have to, you know, like do so much to change somebody's life. Your story could be the change that somebody needs to have, you know. So do not be selfish with the knowledge that you have. Do not be selfish with the little things that you may feel that God has put to your hands. Just go out there, share with somebody something small, even just a word of encouragement. It all begins from there. Thank you very much.
Finally, Michael, the future.
Thank you.
Yes.
I've always said, when you understand your dreams,
yes,
when you understand and believe in your dreams,
yes,
you don't pursue progress, you pursue purpose. And so what we want to do is that we want to achieve our objectives, we want to achieve our vision, we want to change more than 10,000, we want to change the lives of more than 10,000 young men and women across the East African region. We want to host conferences and bring leaders together. We want to do research and get the data of the young people in Kenya and the issues they are facing. We want to create institutions, as they have said. We want to go across the world, spreading the good news. We want to reach out to everybody in all the counties. If you have a challenge, come work with us.
Yes.
If you can support somewhere and you are looking for a way to support, come work with us. So the future, I'm seeing a future whereby we are working with people of goodwill.
Yes.
I'm seeing a future whereby we'll have impacted more than, let's say, even 1 million lives of talented young men and women.
Yes.
I'm seeing a future whereby we have children's homes across the East African region and in Africa and beyond. I'm seeing a future whereby even we ourselves, God will bless us even with families and so many other things.
Exactly.
And I'm seeing a future whereby this nation will stay peaceful, this nation will remain in the fear of the Lord, and that this nation will always and always and always respect the will of God.
All right, your parting shot, director, camera 4, right? That is your camera 4. Your parting shot.
The Bible says, and I had mentioned it before, that as a man thinketh, so is he. So change your thinking. Think the person that you want to become. Think like God, as a man God wanted you to become. And understand that the issues, the decisions which you make today will affect your tomorrow. I want to give a simple illustration. In the Bible, we have so many people. We have people whom we remember who did great things. And we have people whom we remember because they did some weird things. And I'll give an example of Gehazi. Gehazi spent more than 11 years with Elisha. Elisha had spent more than 24 years with Elijah. And when Elijah was ascending to heaven with a chariot of fire, I know you know the story.
Sure.
Elisha demanded a double portion of what Elijah had. But when Elijah went and Gehazi had spent some time with Elisha, when Elisha, now time of Elisha came to die, Gehazi did a mistake. He pursued money, and that was the mistake. And just to make you understand what Gehazi missed is that when Elisha died and he was buried, years later, another person was buried in the same tomb. And when that person's body touched the remains of Elisha, that person rose again. So many people don't know that story. So that's what Gehazi missed because of pursuing money.
Yes.
Young people, let's first pursue God, and gold is guaranteed. Let's first pursue God, and all other things shall be added unto us. Because the Bible says that first seek the kingdom of God, and all other things shall be your portion. May God bless all of you.
All right. I think that was quite enlightening. Some of us didn't really get what you are talking about, but I struggled with Gehazi, Elisha, Elijah. But anyway, I think that is a very good ending point. What a conversation we have had here. I want really to thank you. I appreciate, ladies, gentlemen, I really appreciate for making time to be on this show. We can do a handshake.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Christine. Thank you so much, Mike.
Asante.
All right. That has been Chat Desk here on Light TV. See you next time.
The Chat Desk with Peter Muema.